Parents, have you found yourself overwhelmed in the personal care aisle, unsure what's safe for your growing teen? Or notice that your teenager's hygiene habits are affecting their confidence? Well, today we're joined by Sabrina Yavil, founder of Gryme. I love that name. A clean personal care brand designed specifically for preteens and teens. With 20 years in the beauty industry and experience as a mom of three boys, Sabrina created products that bridge the gap between baby and adult formulations. We'll explore how simple, clean personal care routines can empower teens, support their mental health, and help them build confidence during these crucial developmental years. Sabrina, we are so glad to have you today.
Thank you. It's so great to be here with you.
Well, the very first thing that I thought about when I was putting this episode together was I never paid any attention between the baby products that I have two kids that went through my home and are adults, and I never thought anything about adult formulas versus baby formulas. The only thing I thought of was, baby stuff was like no more tears, it didn't sting their eyes. And then I don't even know when they graduated to adult shampoo, but I never thought about it. So tell us what was going on that made you think about this?
Yeah, so I like you said, I've been in the beauty industry for a while now, and I was working at Clinique in New York, and at Clinique, it's dermatologist founded, it's allergy tested, fragrance free. So we talk a lot about what's right for skin and adult skin, obviously. And
Mhm.
fragrance is one of the or is the largest contributor of skin irritation and contact dermatitis. So
Mm.
that is one of the founding principles of Clinique is that it doesn't contain fragrance because it can be really irritating to adult skin. So have my first child, and as you prep for your baby's arrival, you're researching strollers and car seats and buying clothes and, getting everything ready for this baby to come home. And I'm looking at, baby wash and products and things. And I noticed that there's fragrance and essential oils in baby products. And that was my first kind of slam the brakes moment because it just seems so counterintuitive to everything that I'd been learning um, at a Clinique about fragrance. And you've got this baby that's coming home, newborn skin. Why would you expose them to something that's super sensitizing and irritating to adults? And so that kind of got me started looking for cleaner formulas, fragrance free. At Clinique, like when at that time, clean beauty was a thing. It isn't exactly what it is now. And I didn't really think too much of it. But as my kids were getting older, I just was constantly disappointed by, clean or dermatologist tested or gentle brands because they really weren't. It was all marketing. And I'm a marketer, so I know I know what goes into, all of those campaign messages.
Mhm.
Sitting with our product development team, sitting with our legal team, this is what I want to say. And I just felt like the industry is not doing what's right for kids' skin, and it's not doing what's right for parents who are looking to just do what's right for their kids.
Mhm.
And so I was always really disappointed. And then that disappointment continued over the years. I've tried so many different brands and different products, but none of them would do it the way that I would have done it. And finally, that disappointment turned into almost like anger. And
Yes.
I'm just angry because I know what they're doing and I know what they're
Mhm.
saying. And they really are intentionally misleading parents, and that's just not right. And so
Mm-mm.
finally, I was like, I didn't feel good about what my kids were using. They'd outgrown the toddler formulas. They're growing into their
Mhm.
own personalities. Um, we can get into the battles part, but it was just a constant struggle on what I felt good about giving them as to products to use, and then the products that they felt good about using. And that's when I finally, a couple of years ago, decided that I was going to see if I could research this and figure out a solution. And that's when I really focused on building Grime.
I love that. Well, and I was thinking too, there's this. time in upper elementary, middle school where it's really hard to get our kids to care about their hygiene, taking baths or wearing deodorant if they are starting to need that or whatever. And so maybe having a kids line that's like really geared towards them might make it a little bit more fun for them to use those products. Do you see that happening?
100%. So,
Cool.
the kids are, especially like you said, this older elementary school or middle school, you see them in the mornings and it's, make breakfast, make lunches, get out of the door, be on time. And then they
Mhm,
come home at night and it should be this this family time where you look forward to it. And
mhm.
bath time when they were little, it used to be like a time to play or chit chat. And it really turned into just screaming at our house. I'm yelling at them to go do their showers. They're avoiding it. I mean, honestly, my kids, they would, if I did not make them shower, they wouldn't. They are totally
Yeah,
content with their filth and their stink. They don't even
yeah.
they can't even smell themselves. It does not bother them. Now they're
Mhm.
not teenagers yet and interested in girls. So like of course
Yeah,
when that comes, I'm sure their tune will change. But
it does change.
they are completely content going days without a shower. So they're doing it
Mhm.
for me. It's
Yeah.
mom wants, right? And so mom is making me do this thing that I don't want to do. So there's this power struggle there, number one.
Mhm,
And then whatever the products that are in the shower? Are they the toddler ones that are, kind of babyish?
mhm,
Or are they like products that I would use that are maybe a little bit more clinical? Either way, it's what mom wants, right? And so once
mhm.
they get to that, 6, 7 year old, they start doing that independence push. And as they keep getting older, they just want to push mom away and be on, like, I got it, mom. I don't need you here. So, they're locking the
Mhm.
shower door, the bathroom door. And I'm like, you can't be in a bathroom by yourself. Open the door. I mean, it was just battles. I did not
Yeah.
look forward to them coming home. And it was really affecting my outlook on my relationships with my kids. They
Mhm,
didn't want to be nagged. I didn't want to nag
mhm.
them. But every night we were in this, you know, cycle. And
Yeah.
it just wasn't healthy for me. It was not healthy for them.
Mhm,
And I'm trying to put my head together, like, what can I do to solve this? And
mhm,
so I'm looking at the options out there. There really aren't a lot of kids products, or if they are, they're really for like the younger kids. They've got monsters
mhm,
on them. They're really
mhm,
cute. Maybe they're elevated and they look really pretty, but they're for mom. Mom thinks they're
mhm,
cute, or they're
mhm.
really they're really for girls.
Yeah.
With pink colors and
Mhm,
castles. There really
mhm,
isn't a lot out there for growing boys. It really is
mhm,
a gap. And the kids section in itself is a niche. I think you and I were talking about this. People are really intentional when you're buying baby products, and you get to that certain age where they just start using what the family is using. You stop
mhm.
really thinking about it. Um,
Right.
and so that's not really right for kids' skin, but it's also not
Mhm,
right for their own self of independence and.
mhm,
So I kind of that's what my job was at, in Clinique and as a product marketer, seeing the gaps in the market. And so I really like
mhm,
noticed the gap in really clean, safe products for kids, because
mhm,
the majority, if not all of the products on the market are adult products masquerading as kids. You just put kids on the bottle and all of a sudden it's for kids. It's not
mhm,
formulated for children. Look at the
mhm,
ingredients. Um, so that was number one. And then the second is the packaging, and even the product assortment wasn't really addressing how kids want to shower. They want to get in
mhm,
and out because it's not really their choice.
mhm.
They want to get clean because they don't want to get yelled at. Um,
Right.
but not every kid wants to follow an adult regimen, face wash, face lotion, body wash, body lotion,
Mm,
shampoo,
mhm.
separate conditioner, um,
Or
multi-steps.
nor do they need to, right? I mean,
Nor
yet.
do they need to.
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
mean, my kids, I cannot be the only one, but they don't even towel off completely, let alone be dry enough to put on a body lotion. Um,
Right.
So it's just not practical. So we're really
Mhm,
expecting them to follow the steps that we would take and the care that we take for
mhm.
ourselves. That's just not where they are. And so I
Right.
didn't feel like there were any brands out there that were really meeting kids with where they are.
Mhm,
So I thought if there was a packaging that looked more like what they would like,
mhm.
and the products were multifunctional so they could, wash their bodies and just try to get some up on your face, right?
Yeah.
Or wash your hair and it's a two-in-one shampoo conditioner, but it's really actually conditioning and detangling. Um,
Mhm.
then they would be more open um, to doing it without
Yeah,
resistance, right? Because it's
yeah.
theirs. It's made for them.
Mhm,
It's mine. It's not
mm,
mom's. It's made for
mhm,
me. It looks like me. And then they can take more ownership of it. And so that was the hypothesis. And it was
mhm,
also, something that looked cool, but was really, really safe and gentle and healthy. And it kind of reminded me of like hiding the vegetables in the dessert,
mhm.
right? So you're giving them
Yes.
something that looks really cool and edgy that's made for them,
Mhm,
but it's really stuff that like is super gentle and safe that, it's my dream for them.
mhm. Well, and so one of the things that I kinda mentioned in the intro is that hygiene and how we take care of ourselves also affects our mental health. And so part of mental health, just as you were talking, I'm like, well, if you're not fighting so much about get in the shower and all this chaos going on in the evenings when it's time to, take the showers or baths or whatever, that could help your mental health. It'll help the parents' mental health and it will help the kids' mental health. But can you talk more about how we take care of our bodies helps our mental health?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think of it as like small wins. It's kind of that,
Mm,
make your bed first thing in the morning because it's pretty easy and you get to like check something off and it looks tidy. And
mhm,
tidiness does affect your mental health. When things are
mhm,
messy, you feel out of sorts. And when things are
mhm,
tidier, you feel a little bit more in control. And so it was kind of that same thing by giving them and empowering them to use these products without me. I could stay out of the
mhm,
bathroom.
mhm,
They can do it on their own. They're feeling that independence. They're getting it done. I'm not yelling at them, which also then helps with their confidence and their self-esteem. I mean, when I have noticed personally, because I'm not a child psychologist. I'm not an expert. I just happen to be a parent. And by the way,
mhm.
I'm an only child. So I didn't even grow up with siblings. And now I've got three boys. So I am the quintessential test and learn. Um,
Mhm,
and so this was a hypothesis, but it's actually proven so successful because now it's bath time. So now it's like, okay, well, when are we going to really do it? So it's kind of that negotiation. Okay, can you do it in 5 minutes? Sure. Okay, fine. But then they
mhm,
go in the bathroom, they do their thing, they're checking those boxes, they're doing what's expected of them, they're not getting yelled at, they've got the independence, they've got control over themselves, they don't have to kick me out of the shower, and then they can feel really good about it. Like it actually
mhm,
does make them feel like they can do hard things, right? Or they can do
mhm.
things on their own without mom. And that is my goal for them all along because I heard, early on with, just child psychologist, are you raising a child or are you raising an adult? And I
Yes,
always look at it as like I'm raising this person to leave my house.
yes, to be
I'm
independent without
to
you.
leave my house and live on their own and
Yeah.
be successful and not need me,
Mm,
right?
yes. Oh my gosh.
And
You are
and
singing
so
my song.
these are age appropriate wins for both of us. So
Yes.
I give them that rope, that, that space. They do
Mhm,
it their way and everyone's happy. And I will say it has actually changed our nighttime dynamic. Um, Two of my kids have longer hair, even though they're boys, they're like past their shoulders. So they need to brush out their hair and detangle it, which is
mhm,
kind of a nuisance. But they will not, none of my kids really want to go back to the conventional shampoo conditioners because they know that they can use my Grime and then they're done. It's like the one
Yeah.
and done. I do the one step. It used to be like they'd shampoo their hair and then I would reach for the conditioner and they start yelling at me. I did it already. I did it. I'm
Yeah.
not doing another thing. And I'm like, but you didn't
Mhm.
do another important step. So now everything that they're doing, it's like I'm doing it once and I'm done.
Mm.
And so it has actually really positively affected our home. And then I've talked to like some friends, because I can't talk to all of my clients, but the people I do know, like they're saying the same thing. It's giving their
Mm.
kids, they look forward to using it because it looks like them. They're identifying,
Mm.
which is what, like, the teen girls are going into Sephora and they want the bubble and they want the drunk elbow. They're really drawn to it because of it's an identity thing, right?
Yes.
So if
Yes.
and so if the boys feel like this identity, and it's not just boys, it's really a unisex product. The scent is
Mhm.
unisex. But uh then they feel like they have more control over themselves
Mhm.
and some distance from me. And I think that's really
Yes.
healthy.
Oh, definitely. And I love when you're talking about these age appropriate stages where we're giving them more autonomy, having them do these things. And I've been talking about that in my podcast since the beginning that, even as toddlers, we start giving choices and we start talking about,
Exactly.
because we're building that the whole time until when they're teenagers and maybe they're driving the car now or they're going to be, out with their friends without us, then we feel more comfortable with them making these decisions on their own because they've been given these choices and we've been there to help them and role model them all the way through. And now we hope we have this good product where it's going to go out and do the things that make us feel good, but is also safe and good for them. So I love that this
And
is just another step there.
yeah, and we've been actually using it as this plus other expectations around the house, but we've been using that as examples of laddering up to more responsibilities. So like
Mhm.
our my oldest really wants to ride around the neighborhood with his friends and just kind of go to downtown and grab a
Mhm.
burger. I mean, he really wants to live his life, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, but only if I know that and I feel confident that when he's out, he's going to be making good choices. So it
Mhm.
kind of, I said, I don't know that you're going to be making good choices if already you have expectations at home and you're not doing them. So
Mhm.
if you know what your expectations are at home are and you're doing them regularly and routinely without me following up with you, then I know that you're ready for the next step. So
Yes.
that's
Oh,
kind
that's
of
a great way to
also
put it.
that's also his incentive to, like, take care of his room and
Mhm.
put his dishes away and put his laundry away. All those
Yeah.
like basic things around the house. Because if you do want more freedom and you want more independence, you have to already demonstrate that you're doing the things that I'm expecting of you now.
Yes, yes. I talk to my teen clients about, they get mad like, "Oh, my mom's always in my business," or "My dad's always telling me this or that." And I said, "Well, we teach people how to treat us. So if we are irresponsible and we don't do the things that we're supposed to do, our parents are taught, 'Oh, I need to help them because they don't know how to do any of these things.'" And I said, "If you're doing the things that you know you're supposed to be doing, then that teaches your parent, 'Oh, they have it handled. I don't have to get involved in this.'" And so I keep trying to help them see that your actions as a teen, like being responsible, doing your chores, keeping clean, doing the things that your family expects of you actually makes them back off from you so that you can do these other things. And so I don't know, I feel like half the time they're hearing it and the other half they're fighting it for some reason, but that's part of being a teenager.
Yeah,
Um,
oh, I love that. I'm
now
definitely gonna try that at home.
yes, yeah, because it's so true that they are training we all are training people how to treat us by how we act in the world, and so it's
Mhm.
good for them to know that because I didn't know it when I was a teenager. Now your products you have a website where people can find these products. Amazon, are they in other places, or is this they need to get these products online? Oh,
They is it a problem?
well, it went black well, not totally black, and now but it's better now.
Do you wanna just ask me that question again? Sorry,
Yes.
my mom was calling me, which is
Oh, yeah, that's probably why it went like that. Um,
Okay, wait, hold on.
yes.
Before you start again, let me just do one more thing. I'm just going to do
Yeah.
not disturb. I should have done that originally. Oh shoot,
I
how do
know
I
my
do that?
last interview I had earlier today, I forgot to turn my phone clear off, and so there was like this buzzing of people calling me.
Oh shoot. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get that done. Hopefully she just doesn't do it again. All right. So do you want to just start that question over?
Yes, yes.
I'm so sorry.
So no, that's fine. So your products are, I know that you have a website and also on Amazon. Is there anywhere else where can people like go purchase your products or do they need to get them online?
Right now we're online. We're working on some retail partnerships, but the best way is, yeah, we're like you said, we're on Amazon, and then Gryme.co, Gryme.co, is our website where you can find our products.
And I'm definitely putting that in the show notes, but you have a gift for my audience. Tell us about that.
I do. I'm happy to extend a discount to your audience so you can try Grime, give us a try. We have a great return policy, but our returns are almost zero. So I'm really confident that you'll love it. But I would, if anyone wants to give it a try, it's Teen Anxiety Maze 20, and that should be in the show notes. But um,
Yes.
or if you want to reach out to me, I love chit chatting. So I'm Sabrina at grime.co if anybody wants to continue this conversation or has any questions.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm so glad you were with us today. This was so helpful just to think about this. I have 3 grandkids now, and they're littles, like, they're still babies and toddlers, but, all the stuff, like, helps me to know what's out there and what's available, and I can talk to their parents about it, and I have my oldest is a grandson, and I'm thinking about, "Oh, well, they'll probably wanna have some kind of age-appropriate products for him when he gets a little bit older, so he'll want to take showers." He doesn't like baths now because he doesn't like water in his eyes, so I keep thinking, I guess he'll get over this and wanna take a shower later, I don't know.
Yeah, my youngest is 7 now. So when I started this, he was 5. So it was really important for me to um, make it, once you've outgrown that like baby toddler stage. So our products are
Mhm.
really fine for anyone like, as young as like 2 to 4 years old. Um,
Ooh.
because I wanted him to be using it,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
also wanted it to be something that, 10 years from now, he also wanted to keep using. So that's why,
Mhm.
I kind of aimed high, like the teenagers,
Mhm.
because there really is, we can get into this another time, but from skin development, this fragile time between, they're when they're young before they're truly have like adult skin. Um, they really do need stuff that's much more gentle, that kind of will flex with as their hormones flex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's such a good thing to think about or know about. I have been so terrible about looking into, what chemicals are in this and what products have different chemicals, and I'm getting schooled because one of my daughter-in-laws, they're very particular about food dyes in, food and
Mhm.
what their, toddler is eating, and so now I'm really getting better about looking at packaging, and when we're gonna have her at our house, I'm always trying to find all those products or even getting stuff on Amazon that doesn't have dyes or whatever, just to make sure that we have, um, like, we're looking at it with food, but I wanna look at it with products too. So I'm so glad that this opened my eyes a little bit to what I need to be looking for, and I'll just be using that discount too, so I can find some of these products for my to see what they think about it too. So I think it's so fun. Well, thank you for being
Amazing.
with us, and, this was a wonderful conversation, and I wish you so much luck in getting this off the ground and getting it into retail stores.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Uh-huh.